Hello, and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today, I'm going to talk about miniature roses and growing them indoors. I do have a lot of readers and viewers who will come to me and ask me if they can grow miniature roses indoors. And yes, you can. There are a few things to keep in mind, though. Generally speaking, what will happen is you'll get a really pretty miniature rose as a gift. So you get the rose and you may keep it in your house and then it dies. Or you may even put it outside and then it dies. There's one main reason why that occurs. That is this. What happens with the growers is that they will put cuttings of miniature roses into the soil. They have been budded up. They get to your house. They're all budded up, they look amazing, and then the plant stops flowering. You'll see a few here that these were the original blooms. I kept them on to show you this. So the plant stops flowering and then the plant goes downhill. So how to avoid that? Because obviously you really want the plant to flower again and look amazing, right? And as a matter of fact, I do have a new bud. You can see it right here. And if you look up against this glove here, you can see the little bud there. And that was not on there when I got this. I got this plant about 6 weeks ago. That bud was not on there. So I am rebudding, which is a good thing. And that will tell you, when you do what I'm instructing you to do, that the plant is actually taking root, because what you need to do is get the plant to take root and then grow. Okay, so first of all, I don't suggest repotting when you get one of these plants. It seems like a good idea, but it's really not a good idea. Because generally speaking, what has happened by now is the plant does have a few very fine roots at the root stem. But that being said, they are very fine, they're very delicate. So if you go to repot this plant, what's going to happen is you may very well knock off those little baby roots that have started to form and the plant won't make it. So I suggest keeping it in the same soil. This is kind of counter to what I usually suggest, which is get houseplants out of soil as soon as you can. But in this case, I do suggest keeping it in the soil. So what can you do, however, to make sure that they root? Well, number one, the very first thing I did was make sure it was to keep this well watered but not soggy. Number two, I put this under an aero garden so it would get really good light. It would get the really good full spectrum lighting. You can also get full spectrum light bulbs. There's a variety of really good ones. You can get them through our Amazon affiliate link. And this is a good one. This is the Grow Light LED from GE. This is what this big one looks like. You will see, however, this is a standard socket that can go in a lot of different fixtures, and this is a smaller one as well. So that will also give your rose bush, your little rose bush, plenty of really good light to bloom. So you've got great lighting for the plant. You're watering it well. Now, you also want to clean it up. Now, this one I cleaned up some, but I left it kind of messy here so that you could get an idea. You want to, especially after it finishes blooming, you want to get those buds off, because what happens when you get those buds off and you clean it up is that the plant will then put more of its energy into rooting rather than above ground growth. Now, you don't want to cut off all the top growth. You want to leave on any growth that is fine, but you want to get off any of the older growth, any of the old stuff. Clean up the bottom area here. And especially want to clean off the bottom area here, because we're going to be applying some things to the soil. So I've done that, and then also it just makes the plant look better. Another thing to keep in mind is when you keep your plants, any dead material off your indoor growing plants, it's a good idea, because pests and diseases, pests especially, like to attack the dying foliage. So when you do prune the plant too, you want to prune above an area where there is a little node where the new growth would come. So for instance, give you an idea here, you see where it's died up there, you want to get rid of any dead growth. What I want to do, I could prune off right here, which is just fine, or you can even go down to this level here and prune there, but you want to prune above a root, a leaf. You don't want to leave any empty stem because nothing's going to grow from an empty stem. It's going to grow from the little bump on the side of the plant where the leaves will come from. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now I mentioned to you that we want root formation on this plant as much as possible and as quickly as possible so then it can get covered with beautiful blooms. I have another video which I did recently on mycorrhizal fungi, which helps plants create bigger and better roots. So I am going to put a little bit in this plant, use a wooden dowel, and I do show it a little more thoroughly too in other videos, but use a wooden dowel and make a hole and pour some of the mycorrhizal fungi down there. You want to get it down there where the roots would form. Do this on a little pot like this about 3 times, 3 different places. Don't have much left here, but just enough for one more place. So this is going to get down there and help the plant start forming some roots. Then another, to boost it even further, what I would suggest is take some rooting hormone. And this is a powder form. So I'm going to take just a little bit. And generally speaking, what you would do when you're planting, when you're rooting one of these, is you would stick the stem into this and then plant. But since it's planted, we don't want to disturb the roots, I'm going to put it into some water. And I'm going to stir it up good. And then I'm going to water this plant with the rooting hormone. Oops, made a mess. So that's why I usually put it over something. Okay, so anyway, so I'm watering it in really well. And this rooting hormone is going to settle into the soil as well and help create even more roots. So, and then I will put it back into the nice sunny window with the full spectrum lighting. Just a sunny window is not enough for a highlight plant like a rose bush. I do have this in a sunny window under full spectrum lighting. That's very critical. Now keep it well watered, and I am going to talk to it and encourage it to grow lots of great roots and create many more beautiful blooms. This video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link that is at the bottom of the video. So thank you for stopping by and coming here today to watch this video. Please leave comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.